Well, listen, you have to wonder, is there 40 in here already waiting for the Dark Jedi and the man of hot collectibles? And I say yes. I think we're going to have a fun show. We're going to have a fun show there, Mr. Dante.
As long as TK FOMO doesn't interrupt with all the one figure, two figures, three figures, four figures, five
Five
figures,
figures,
six
six
figures,
figures,
seven
seven
figures.
You know,
TK,
I saw the replay last night from when I, walked away to, whatever I had to do, use the restroom, get another drink, from the walk-in freezer. And then you guys told me that he kind of just TK FOMO came in there looking for CT Suckett.
TK FOMO was killing it last night. CT suck it, and it was a pleasant surprise. Put it that way, but it's Saturday, and I'm super ready to have fun, my friend. Very, very, very ready.
Well, we'll go ahead. I got a brand new intro. I showed you a little of it last night. Once we were off the air, I kind of tweaked it a little bit today. And make some noise out there in the chat if you're ready for the new 6 scale Cantina intro. There's obviously at the end of the show a new outro as well. But listen, we had fun last night on the Beta Hot Collectible stream. It was epic night. We're going to have a great show today. Let's dive into all of this right now. Damn, baby. Damn. That's
Man,
the
that
new one.
intro, man.
It's the new one.
Man, I wish you could play it again.
Well, we'll have an outro. They'll have to wait for it. They'll have to wait for it, Dante.
They call him the Wizard.
And welcome everybody who's in here. It is Cantina Live. I just whooped on you the new intro for 6 scale Cantina. There'll be a new outro later. This is Cantina Live here, 6 p.m. Wow, on this Easter weekend, Saturday. I hope everybody's doing well. What a damn week it's been. We will say hi to everybody who's in the chat. Welcome everybody who's in here. Hit the like button while you're at it right off the start. I'm sure that we're going to want Howard Chan to take a look at this. But man, before we say hi to everybody, Dante, how the hell are you from last night? Dude, and this week?
Oh man, it's first of all, thank you for the invite. Glad to be here. It's been a while since we did a one-on-one, man. It's been a long while.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
Been too long.
it's been long. Yeah, Fabio was hijacking my spot lately. So shout out to Fabio
And
in the
he's late.
chat.
He's
He's
late.
late as always. And obviously hi to you guys on the chat, man. This week was really good, right? If you're a Star Wars fan, this is the place to be. We got Bespin Luke finally after many, many months of waiting. Now there's a speculation of possibly other version of Bespin Luke. We were talking about that as well with you, Aries. I mean, speculation, nothing official, nothing. Was just kind of dreaming, just to put it that clear. But man, I think this is the best, one of the best announcements so far. And I think it is a good time to be a Star Wars fan. I think that what we're gonna get next after May 5th, or May 4th rather, I have a good feeling that we're gonna get something nice around that time.
One of the topics we're going to talk about tonight with 50 in here already, since you brought that up, is figures from the crypt when you talk about things that are going to come. We're not going to do that yet, but just a little bit of a tease. We've got a lot to get into. But yeah, bro, man, I couldn't believe it when I woke up April 13th in the morning. I was like, what the frack? I was like rolling out of bed. I said, yeah, let me look at Instagram. I know that this Cad Bane's coming any minute. I know that this Cobb Vanth is coming any minute. I know we're getting another Boba Fett any minute. And then I see Bespin Luke. And I swear to God, I was thinking somebody must have did a Photoshop. And I said, it's past April Fool's, but someone must be extended it. That was my first thought, Dante, when I rolled up out of bed, because I had to go through more Instagram pics to verify it was real.
Yeah, it was. I was very surprised when I saw it, to be honest with you. And then when I saw the DX next to it, I was like, okay, so let me see what else this figure is gonna come with. And then after seeing all the pictures, and I saw, okay, there's no second figure. Okay, there's no crazy base. However, improved head sculpt, really good tailoring. Yes, it is clean. We all agree it's very, very clean. But I think it was done purposely. I think there's a reason why they did it this way. The beta head sculpt looks really good. I mean, if you miss the opportunity to get the DX07, which still holds the place as a Grell, I mean, still is a Grell. Don't make me wrong. It is that one end. This is a very solid option if you miss out on the DX07. I used to have it before I sold it years ago, and when I saw this one, I was very happy, very, very happy.
Well, you're opening the door to the first topic. We're gonna review this Bespin Luke. I also have the DX07. Well, we're actually live, you and I. We're gonna do a little bit of a comparison with the DX07. Both figures I have in front of me right here. We're gonna do it live with the Mad Hot Collectibles. We're gonna dive into all this. Let's say hi to everybody who's in the chat. And if you're sitting at table 10 with the droids and some of the people that are flying the ships, I'll fill you up right now.
Hello.
Yep, good to have you in there. And who is at table 3 tonight with the general?
General Kenobi. You are a bold one.
Oh, God, is that the next one? Let's say hi to some of the people who are in here for sure. Scrolling on to all this. Oh, my goodness gracious. We have got Basic Biatch. Lane staking his claim early. Well, Lane must be in here. I'll get to Lane. Good to have Basic Biatch and Lane in here. Dante. Bob Dylan is in here with us as well. Welcome, Bob, the collector number 1. Good to have the collector number 1 in here. Great supporter. Cypher 9. What is going on, Cypher? Danimal, Slacker, what's going on? Oh, my goodness gracious. Continuing to go down on some of these here. Frank Berg became a new YouTube member, Dante. Thank you so much, Frank.
That's good.
You are now a Cantina insider, and then you're going to get to pick my brain as an insider with so many expanded thoughts, heightened analysis, a lot of fun stuff, like TK FOMO last night, the Man of Hot Collectibles show. This guy over here has a really good membership as well there, Todd. They just throw a little plug at you over there. I'm a member of yours.
Thanks,
But thank you so much there, Frank. Marco Polo is in here with Dante.
Marco Polo.
Yeah. Thalia is in here. What is going on? Prime time reviews. Coffee time at table 66. Dante, table 66 is a very dangerous table. Should I fill it up? I mean,
do it.
All right. Good. That's your first one at table 66. Someone's bold enough to be in there. Primetime reviews. Punisher. Hi, Aries. I'm looking forward to the stream. And I have got the off-world Jawa egg juice, baby, in here for Dante and I. Come on. Good to have you in here for sure. Hold my balls, Dante.
Hold my balls in the house.
Aries, I'm ready to stain another pair of pants with the amount of coffee spilling talk in this stream. Well, you need to talk with Fabio. I don't know if he's in here. He has special pants that kind of gets him prepared for, all the coffee spilling talk. Fabio has to actually, put on a wetsuit, under his clothing before he comes on my show on Live and Raw. I don't know if you do that. But good. Good to have you. And he's going to kill. Eric Henke, what is going on? Good to have Eric in here. And Kiko collects. Kiko is in the house. Lego Star Wars and 6-scale Cantina in the background. I miss my Legos. I also miss my Eggos in the morning, Dante. I need some waffles.
Legos are good.
Some
syrup.
Jawa egg juice, table 404. Well, I don't got like 404. I guess we can. It's the same as 44. Here we go.
Oh, really? You're cold?
Table 77. It's like the best part of the Force. Well, one of the best parts of the Force Awakens. Is this when this happens, Dante? Right now, table 77.
This is where the fun begins.
Yeah.
I think it began last week. Continue to go down. OG fan, Cantina, Aries, Wonder, Possible Wizard, yes, Coffee, Grogu. Damn. What is going on? The Collector again in here. Single songwriter. Good to have single songwriter in here as well. Thank you so much for being in here, my friend. Evo, welcome. Ray from Hawk Wars Toys, Dante. I just want to say, this guy's great to buy figures off of. I love to give him a plug. It's great customer service. It's great.
Yeah,
Getting my Clone Wars Ahsoka from him.
Yeah, Ray is great.
Collector Chris, welcome in here, my friend. They call him the Wizard. No, I think this is what they call you or Dante, not me.
They call him the Wizard.
But I get it. I get
Wizard.
it. I definitely get it. H Green, what's going on? If I missed some of you, Hector, what is going on, Hector? Good to have Hector in here. Hector V says, time to take some pics while hearing these two fine gentlemen talk. What is going on? And speaking of Fabio, from Fabio World, there he is in the chat. Come on.
Can I block him? Let me see if I can block him.
You can't block him. He has a wetsuit. It's like I said. Fabio goes, do not stop this intro ever. Well, good. I'm glad you like the intro. That's awesome there, Fabio. We're going to play it on Monday night. OG fan says, intro was fire. Cool. Well, thank you so much. And OG fan goes, Wizard. The Cloak Collector in the house says, woo! I felt like he was in Vegas. Yeah, I kind of felt like I was in Vegas.
Intro was freaking amazing. Yesterday, actually, Aries played it last night after the show we got last night, and we all agreed because we stay after that, and we all agreed, dude, you have to put this intro, man. This intro is amazing. I loved it. Just the music, the vibe is just perfect.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that feedback, and yeah, it kind of fit. I felt like it was just time.
It looks classy.
And Hawk Wars says it's no like a bantha, but it looks great, Aries. Like a bantha is classic. Last night, you got to tune in on Fridays to get that one, baby. Danimal says is in the house. Cool vibe. And cool intro, says Evo. And Collector Joey, what is up to you, my friend? Fabio said someone's in Fabio's seat. Listen, you don't want to stir up.
Is that 69?
No, you're not at table 69 there, Fabio. That can't be your seat. That's too comfy, and really too dangerous. He's probably at table 1. Who wants to be at table 1 with Darth Vader and Lord Helmet?
Everything that happens now is happening now.
What happened to then?
We passed then.
When?
Just now. We're at now.
Go back to then.
When?
Now.
Now?
Now.
I can't.
Why?
We missed it.
When?
Just now.
Table 1, Dark helmet, Lord Vader. Who's more powerful? Let me know in the chat. I'm kind of leaning towards Dark Helmet right there. I really am. Bugman is in here. What is going on? The Bugman. Come on. Link is in the house. What is up, my friend? Michael Hood. Hello to you as well. Blurred Dad Life. What's up to you? A friend of TK FOMO. So maybe CT603 could tell us, Dante, if he heard from TK FOMO, if he found CT Suckett.
CT second. TK FOMO.
There is Lane. Hello, all. Aries Dante Well did an unboxing stream with El Profesoro for Darkside Anakin. And man, what a figure. Yeah, Darkside Anakin is a figure. It is a really, really damn good figure. It's actually quite like this.
It's a really good one.
Copper says Spaceballs, the movie. Great movie. Is it possible we get a Spaceballs figure? Stranger things have happened. LOL Vader. See, I'm going to start this. Now the whole community is going to be like, but who has the Spaceballs license?
That's going to be another argument.
Oh, big dog pals in here. So get ready for it. Ready? Woo! Regarding CT Suckett, it's better you don't know. Aye. Dante, man. Let's get into the first topic, dude. I mean, it was such an epic week. And the first topic, dude, I figured we would talk about is just this. We were talking about in the beginning, the Hot Toys DX Bespin Luke announcement. Dude, I don't know what to say because we've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for that moment for so long. And I do want to give us both kudos because we did say that once when that deep fake Luke came out, and that was all the way last June or end of May, that this Bespin Luke was going to come, and it was going to come in 2022. We said, of course, we said for sure it could come earlier, but that's our call, and we both called it, dude. But even when you make a call like that, Dante, it's such an epic figure from such an epic moment in Star Wars. You wake up and it's such a shock. This is a shocker, even though they've teased it a couple of times because of how important this figure is, bro.
Yeah, one thing is to kind of like see the figure in the pictures, right, from the cons, and just kind of showing it and displaying it and dreaming about it. Okay, now when we gonna see this figure coming? When is this gonna happen? And then months pass by, no Luke, but we got Mando Luke. Then boom, Bespin Luke. And again, I was very happy to see that figure. I mean, in fact, when I saw that, I was before seeing the whole pictures, because again, I just saw one picture. It was this one or something similar. I was thinking, oh shit, we're gonna get two figures. But then when I was going through the picture, I didn't see a second figure. I just saw one with two different hair pieces. And I was like, okay, still it's an improvement, right? It still is it's a 2.0 version. We have different bases. The tailoring looks very good. See, it is a clean version, obviously, by just looking at it. Then I saw the helmet, Darth Vader helmet, which is a really good addition per system. I mean, this is I think it's difficult for Hot Toys to nail the likeness of Mark Hamill, and they tried many times.
Sure.
And because we spoke about it, because he looks different in every movie, it's kind of difficult to nail it. And I think this one is the closest, right? It does look similar to the Mandalorian look, but I guess because of the hair, the way the hair is sculpted, which, by the way, kudos to Hot Toys, because they've been improving so much sculpting the hairs, and it looks better and better and keeps getting better, no pun intended. But very happy with this. I think a lot of collectors are going to be excited to have this figure in their collection, especially if you're completing and even if you're new to collecting, right? Sometimes when we are new to collecting, we try to collect backwards, buy the grails, buy the older figures like Leia, like New Hope Leia, Farmer Luke, Old Ben, those figures because you want to build your collection. But now, because the DX07 was released a few years ago, now we have this version. It's a no-brainer. Of course, if you can get the DX07 at a great price, by all means, you should pull the trigger because that's a grail no matter what.
Mhm.
But I'm very happy with this, man. Very, very happy with this. And by looking at the clean version, I can tell you right now, there's a reason why they did it like this.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that. No, I'm right with you, bro. Freaking hair pieces. You know what I would like with these that come with hair pieces? You know what would have been nice with this, dude? As epic as it is, can you imagine if it came with 4 hair pieces or like so you can interchange 6? You know, like sometimes you get those old watches, or you can still get those fashion watches today, and you can kind of like change the faceplate and have a different look. I mean, with these figures with these hair pieces that come out, like even with I think the Endor Leia has it in some of them, or I'm trying to think in my mind, they're okay. But it would be great if we could get like an accessory pack, or if they would come. You know how you get like a pair of hands, dude? Wouldn't that be cool?
It will be cool. It will be cool. To have different hair pieces. I probably, if you ask me, if I have to be super honest with you, I wouldn't want to see probably. I don't want to kind of jump to the next topic, but I would like to see some additional clothing for this,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some battle damage head sculpt that you could kind of
Mm.
use, kind of like Alita, right? If you guys have Alita comes with obviously the figure, one outfit, and then you have a secondary outfit that you can actually use it. So no, let me rephrase. She's with no outfit and then without outfit
Mm-hmm.
because you can
Mm-hmm.
use it without the clothes, right? Kind of naked. But
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. So if they do that, that would be great. I think, but there's a reason why they didn't do that, though.
Yeah, let's continue with this. Let's say hi to some more Dante. The clone collector is in the house. Papas Gurkmos is in the house. What is going on, Papas?
Don't ask me to pronounce, man. I suck at pronouncing names. But you guys know.
Beskar Kid, what is going on, Beskar Kid? The Huntress, Mandalorian Huntress, is in the house. Good to see us, and good to see you as well, Huntress. Welcome on in. Marco Polo, welcome on in. Copper, welcome, my friend. Blue Tattoo, I'm excited for this Bespin Luke. Do you think Hot Toys will release the DX Battle Damage Bespin Luke? Listen, we're going to talk about it later in the show, so you have to wait for it. And wait for it.
They call him the Wizard.
The Wizard.
You have to wonder. Valiant Archer, what is going on, bro? Good to have you in here as well.
Valiant.
Yeah, trying to hit. If I miss you, I certainly don't mean to. I'm just an old guy trying to set the controls at the heart of the sun. Some of you know what I'm talking about. But thank you all in here. What is going on? Primetime Review says, Dante, let's hit that like button. Thank you all so much. With 87 in here, smash it, baby. Let's smash it. So, look, this is the latest news, Dante. We're just talking about this. This is 6scalecantina.com. If you're watching and you don't have 6scalecantina.com bookmarked, you may want to consider doing so. It has all your latest information on 6scale Cantina and everything with Star Wars Hot Toys. And you can look at this right here. It was the Clone Wars Mall. Before that, it was the KX Enforcer Droid. Before that, it was the Clone Wars Ahsoka. Now, as you can see, it's the Bespin Luke DX25. And you have to wonder, is this going to change tonight? Is it going to change tomorrow? This week? Next week? How much is this going to change before the new year? It's another topic that Dante and I are going to get into. But, keeping on these thoughts with this, Dante, and I'm pulling up the other images from Sideshow, pulling this up. You bring up a lot of good points, about this particular figure and everything that it comes with. I really like the DX version. One of the things I want to say, and I know that there are some 345 is kind of steep because you kind of, I guess when you look at that, no one's really caring too much about this base, but I like this base, dude. I mean, I like it that the fact that it's not like that sand base or not the same junk that they continually give us time after time after time. The other thing I like about it at 345 is they're not subtracting the base that comes with the regular edition. So that's really good for people that just want to spend $285, man of hot, because a lot of times, you know this to be true. When you get the DX, you don't get the regular base that it comes with. And it's like, they do that a lot. This time they're giving you both. But really, this Bespin Vader helmet, dude, it goes for like 150 bucks on eBay from the DX07.
Yeah, that's true, and that's the reason why they put the price as it is. And to be honest with you, the more we look at this, the more we analyze everything this figure comes with, and the pros, the cons, and everything. The more we can see the price being justified, right? Just the Hescope alone on eBay is more than $100, right? So the regular version without the deluxe is 285 to 80. So it is I think around the ballpark, right? With an extra base, with the interchangeable hair pieces and all those things. So I think the price is priced accordingly. I think, you know, uh, keep in mind that this is the price here, right? In Hong Kong, it's a different price. So they're adding the markups, they're adding the licensing fees, whatever they, Sideshow, price the figures based on the original price. So I think it is well priced. And just when obviously when you pay that amount of money, you're looking for something really good, right? And because this is a DX, think about this. They're gonna improve. They already improved Luke Skywalker on this one, right? We're
Yeah.
gonna get a new Hescope, brand new
Hmm.
Hescope. We're gonna get, what you saw that this figure comes with the two bases, the helmet,
Hmm.
but on top of that, the packaging as well, right? The beautiful foam packaging with the nice insert inside, the beautiful box. Because I'm telling you, man, I got the DX19, the Batman, and that box is beautiful, man.
Oh,
I'm
the
super
box
biased
art, the
because,
packaging is
dude, the
great,
packaging
dude.
is beautiful. Anytime that you get a DX figure, like Solo Mall, for example, beautiful packaging, beautiful packaging. So that also is part of the package, right? So, I don't mind paying the extra few dollars, right, to get that, because you get the deluxe feeling, you get the special feeling when you
Yeah,
buy a figure like this.
I really like the base that they're giving us. I mean, the reason I would spend the extra $60 is for this, which is like half the price for what it's going for in the secondary market. Plus, this is the better head sculpt. And we're going to go over that a little bit later. I've got the DX07 right in front of me over here. We're going to look at it together along with everybody in the chat and kind of compare it. Um, but dude, I think we forget, man, of Hot Collectibles, how much of a epic scene this is, for lack of a better word. And maybe that is the right word, epic scene. At Dagobah in The Empire Strikes Back. I remember that as a kid. When you first watch it, you see him cut Vader's helmet off in that slow motion. The helmet rolls. He looks at it. It explodes. It's an epic moment in Star Wars history that can never, ever be erased from a fan's head, let alone someone who's not even a fan. It's just such a memorable part. So for me, having this piece, I really can care less about the other base. But I do appreciate that they're giving me another base. But for me, 60 bucks for this is absolutely worth it. And here's the other thing we tend to forget, buddy. The DX07 back 11 years ago, and we talked about it on your show yesterday, was $50 more for just a helmet. So in a way, they're giving you a helmet this time and a base. They're giving you a little bit more for 10 bucks.
Yeah, but also the other one, we get an extra figure, right? And a bigger
Well,
diorama. So
you do, but the deluxe version that they
right,
had
right.
only came with this extra piece. There was nothing else extra.
Agreed, agreed. But
Yeah.
also at the same time, technology has changed a lot, right? So
Oh
now
God.
the headsculpts are getting better. I mean, if you compare the headsculpt from any figure now, like a few years ago, obviously with few exceptions, right? Because there's a few exceptions like RoboCop, for example, Terminator, that the headsculpt still hold the likeness till now. So that good. So and again, this is one of the toughest figures to make, in my opinion. Luke Skywalker is super difficult to get the likeness, and it's gonna be trial and error. I mean, they're gonna be doing over time until they nailed it, and I think they're getting closer and closer and closer. This is one proof, right? Again, this is just great having this accessory here. The extra base, you can play around with it. I mean, if you are the ones who display with everything, with bases and everything, you can switch around every now and
Mhm.
then without compromising the figure, because it comes with a one figure, right? If you are, you know uh, uh if you want to go one step further, you can buy the other version, the regular version, and maybe contact Desi so they can do some weathering, they can do some battle damage effect, so you can have two figures posing, one with this base, one with the other one. So I think there's a lot of possibilities for this, so I'm very happy.
That's
Not to
the
say.
thing. I mean, to spend an extra 50 or $100 for the right base, I'd rather send this to Desi because he's done some stuff for me and have him do it. It'll come out better anyway. Um, but then again, this isn't bad, dude. I mean, this is not bad that they're giving it, especially that they're not negating the other one that you got. And Huntress, I see your question. I am going to pop that up on the screen here in a second. But really, this is nice, dude. That's freaking, that's real nice.
That's real nice. Yes, and it's exactly the same as the original one too, right? I don't think they make many changes on this one because the
The only
Hellscope
thing
looks.
that's different is the head sculpt actually is this one and not the one from the past. So it's not an exact. I was looking at it. It's not exactly the same. I mean, the stare is the same, but they use this head sculpt for it. So you get a new head
Mm,
sculpt. It's not the same Darth Vader. It's
mm,
not the same one.
okay, well, I didn't have that version with the helmet though. But no, this one looks really good. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. The face is what's different. I think that the Vader thing is the same, but the
yeah.
face inside it that they used, they didn't go back and use that head sculpt from the DX07. Is what I'm saying. They used the one from
Mm-mm.
here.
Yeah, it
That's
looks to
what's
me. I mean, it looks to
crazy.
me that it's kind of the same, but I mean, I can be wrong, of course. But you guys
It's
in the
kind of a
chat,
similar style.
it's very
Uh,
similar. Yeah.
you bring up a good point. We're going to go to the next topic with that when we're comparing the Lukes to some other Lukes, Dante. And let me pull this up onto the screen from the Mandalorian Huntress. And she says, if Hot Toys drops Bespin Luke out of nowhere, and boy, Dante, did they ever,
Hmm.
then what are we getting dropped on May the 4th? So that was the second thing. The first thing I thought of, Huntress, as I told Dante, was, am I seeing things? And is someone playing an April Fool's joke as I woke up out of bed earlier this week on April 13th in the morning? Then the second thing I thought of was, after I realized with just a couple pictures, okay, it looks fracking good. And I was like, holy Falca Carb, what the hell is coming, Dante, on May the 4th or May the 4th week specifically? It doesn't have to be on that day. And I think Huntress is barking up the right tree here because I was barking up the same tree. I think we all were in some ways or not. Dude, and don't tell me, is there any way that they just did this, that Howard woke up out of bed, did a yawn like this, called up Hot Toys Brass? Hey, fellas. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like releasing Bespin Luke today. Just go ahead and do it. Yeah, there's no reason. Bye. There's got to be a reason, dude, right?
It's gonna be a reason. I can see May 4th, believe it or not, more Clone Wars characters, more clone
Commander,
troopers.
woof.
Woof, woof.
If it's
I
wolf,
can
I'll take it.
see. It's two things. Either we see troopers, right, or we see something like Padme, for example, right, just to kind of, or maybe Mace Windu, or maybe. I mean, this
Mace
is more like
Windu.
a dream. Maybe Grievous. I don't know, but I can see. I mean, realistic speaking, right? Obviously, dreaming is free, so we would love to see those. But I can see more clone troopers happening, and they can also, in preparation of the Obi-Wan show, do a Obi-Wan figure, like a type of like a promo promo movie edition type of thing, but this will be kind of like a promo series edition type of thing, which is pretty much the same what we saw in the trailer, right? Maybe not revealing accessories, maybe something like that. I can see that happening as well to create the hype, because that show, let me tell you, man, that show is gonna be freaking epic, man. I can
Epic.
wait.
Well, let me ask you this, since Huntress brought this up, and I have to fill up table 66 anyway. Who dares? Who has the courage, the intestinal fortitude to even look towards table 66, even from a distance? But let's fill it up right now. And boy, wouldn't that be? No one talks about it because it doesn't kind of make sense, right? Can you imagine if we got frickin' Emperor from Revenge of the Sith for no reason? For no reason at all. Because, you're thinking, well, they got to concentrate on Obi-Wan series. They got to concentrate on that. They'd use the same mold as they're using for the... But, dude, I feel like something's coming. Whether it's Wolf or something like that. I feel like that this is Howard sending a message. Kind of like that guy from frickin', what's his name? Hello, Newman from Seinfeld that was in the freaking Jurassic Park, and Howard's going,
You didn't say the magic word.
The magic word is
Tano.
not what the freak you're thinking. Is it possible?
It is. I mean, I'm telling you, man. At this point, I think it is possible. I think it is possible that we're gonna see stuff that we probably were talking about months ago. People calling us crazies. People calling us, "Oh, you're wrong. It's never gonna happen," and then boom, it's gonna happen. I have a feeling that that's gonna happen, man. I think those characters that we were talking about, you especially, Ares, you were talking about Mace Windu, all those. I just have a good feeling that we're gonna get rewarded. So the wait is gonna be finally over, I think.
Well, I have to fill up table 5 and table 88. Grogu is getting really, really strong with the Force. He's jumping all around. If you thought he was really jumping around in chapter 6, let's just fill it up. Maybe it'll be the Grogu set. Oh, goodness
Man,
gracious. Yeah.
that one probably next week, man. I can
Dude,
see that happening next week.
as far as like announcements we don't think of, Bespin Han. I feel like he's trying to send us a message here. I really don't believe that there's any chance, Dante, that Hot Toys just put this out when there's so many other things that they could put out and so many other announcements that they could tease. So many other things that they could talk about, and they put this out. I feel like there's a reason behind it. One of the reasons is, as we continue with Bespin Luke, is what you brought up last night on your show. What about a battle damaged DX25 or, a Luke? And my question to you is, it seems financially. Now, a lot of us think that they would do it. At first, it seemed like when the conversation first came on, we would be so pissed. Then as the week went on, it's like, oh, yeah, it makes sense. They're going to do it. Now I'm not so sure because they don't do anything that makes sense. But I actually can see them doing. This could be your May 4th release. You could get a companion piece to this, dude.
Right, and another thing to worth mentioning is that when this Bespin Luke was announced, it was pretty much all across the board saying, "Oh, this is too clean, too clean, too clean. Where is the battle damage, Hescope? Where is this? What is that?" So Hot Toys is listening. I don't think they did this on purpose, because they couldn't just say give us 2 figures and then just call us. Okay, you got your 2 figures. Bye. Don't bother me anymore. This is all about making money, and it will make perfect sense, even if it's announced next month, right? Even if it's announced next month to be released next year, right after this clean version. I mean, it's still 2 different figures, right? It's still like, you're gonna get the battle damage probably with Yoda, maybe with R2D2. They can pull that off very easily, man. So I'm very confident and that they're gonna do it. I don't know how quick they will, but I have a feeling that it will make perfect sense. They have the head sculpt already. Just put some weathering in the face, with a different hairstyle. Save your hand. You rip off a little bit the outfit, put in the packaging. That's it. You have a battle damage over there.
What percentage of chance would you give what Mandalorian Huntress just mentioned in the chat to come out not only May 4th, I'll give you a break, by or before an announcement for the end of this year for this?
Don't be afraid of who you are.
Man.
50%, 0%, 100%, 25%, 75%. I always put you on a spot when you come on.
No, I know, and thank you. I appreciate that. I think okay. So there's two things to see this, right? At this point, we can't rule out anything. I mean, anything can happen for sure. Hot Toys can surprise us out of nowhere. Funny thing is that out of the the last Star Wars movie, the Rise of Skywalker, Kylo Ren and Rey were the ones that came out very nicely. Despite the prototype issue, they had to did themselves and they fix everything, and it's beautiful. I mean, everyone agrees that the Rey is a really good figure. Now, I can see this happening at one point. People are asking for it. This is the funny thing. A lot of people are talking about this, asking Hot Toys to do that. Dark Side Ray, Dark Side Ray, Dark Side Ray. People are asking. So it's not like we just making shit up.
Oh, you were just saying that Howard listens. So how much are they listening?
He listens. I think if I have to give a percentage, I would probably say 75 to 80% chances that we might see that figure coming. Most probably, I will probably see it more as a exclusive, those summer exclusives that you get it within few months, because technically they already have everything they need, right? They can even,
it's easy, a paint job and black robes and a Darth Maul's lightsaber.
But unless they want to go all in and maybe do a DX version and include Rey and Darkseid Gray, maybe with an extra,
I would not expect that.
accessory, or maybe both battle damage. I don't know. Fabio mentioned yesterday, man, and he's not the only one. A lot of people agrees that battle damage is the best. You want to see those battle damage figures with some dent, some blood, something that gives more I guess light to the figure, right? It pops up more when you see battle damage figures. So I can see that happening, man. I can see that happening.
Well, with 90 in here, please go ahead and smash that like button. You are watching Cantina Live. And in case you don't know who I am the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington. And I'm serving up all the Bespin Luke and Star Wars and all of Hot Toys talk right here at 6 Scale Cantina with my good friend, Dante from the Man of Hot Collectibles. Please subscribe to the Man of Hot Collectibles. And if you're not subscribed to 6 Scale Cantina, please go ahead and do so for me as well. Much appreciate your support. Let's smash that like button right now, speaking about Howard Chan. So let's go to the next topic here, Dante. I want to kind of shoot the stuff with you here. Let's talk about Bespin Luke here. This Bespin Luke, this DX25, versus the deep fake Luke. So the first question I want to ask you is, does this really matter? That's really the question. And what I mean, let me preface that by, for me, I was talking about this earlier in the week. Okay. And my whole thing is as soon as I saw how epic this looked and how young he looked and how much better it looked than the DX07, it never even crossed my mind, is it digitized? Because Hot Toys doesn't, they do everything hand painted. When you start thinking digitized, you think about what they did, Favreau and Filoni, for the Mandalorian season 2 finale. I wasn't even thinking that. And to me, it was just like, wow, this looks great. Now, obviously, there's an argument. I really couldn't tell you one way or another if this is that head sculpt, that head sculpt, that head sculpt. You know, it's the clay mold, it's the mold. It's not the paint job that they put on. I really couldn't tell you. It's like Camaro Firebird. I really couldn't tell you. One's a Firebird, one's a Camaro. I have no freaking idea. What do you like? You like a Camaro or you like a Firebird? You like an IROC or you like a Trans Am? I don't really know. I don't really care. And that's kind of how I feel about this. I mean, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, I want something that's going to capture the likeness. I mean, for me, if he walked into Mandalorian season 2 finale looking like what I showed you here on the screen already, these pictures, I'd kind of be like, why does he look so young and dopey and not like sure of himself?
Yeah, definitely the hair has to do with it, right? Because the more I look at this, the more I can see the likeness for the Mando look, but the hair makes it different. Right? That what makes the figure younger or older, the hairstyle. I can tell you one thing that the
So
bloggers
if I dye my hair blonde and my beard blonde, would I look younger? Is it
you will
possible?
look very younger and handsome, Mister.
So if I took on Luke's likeness, wow, I could look like.
But
See,
it-
here's
but
the thing. I think it's more than the. I think it's more than the hair. I get the hair because he has like that bowl cut. I'm gonna pull those images up in a minute. It's I don't know. And here's the thing that people forget, Dante. It's still Luke Skywalker. It's Luke. So that's a deep fake Luke from The Mandalorian, but everybody knows it's Luke and everybody knows it's Mark Hamill. My wife knew it was Mark Hamill. My daughters knew it was Mark Hamill. My friends knew it was Mark Hamill. Their friends knew it was Mark Hamill. It's Luke Skywalker. It's like you look at twins. It's like you look at so of course these sculpts are gonna look very similar because it's the same fracking guy. It's freaking Mark Hamill. So really, I mean, the thing is, does this really matter? Why are we even talking about it? Why does it matter?
well, I mean, to me, it doesn't really matter. Like me personally, right? Other people, for them, matters, right? And it's about the point. I mean, at the end of the day, when you buy something and you don't see it, the likeness, you know, it's a fair point. If you don't want to get it because you don't see it, then it's fine.
But what
Me,
matters more, the likeness or the head sculpt? Like if I have the best head sculpt in history for a Bespin Han, and it happened to be an old sculpt of him, is that a reason to get upset? Is it better to do a new sculpt even if they can't make it look as good just for the fact that it's new? So
well,
they
they
have to
can,
spend 150 grand on a new mold? I mean, to me, it doesn't make sense.
right? Technically, I mean, they can use the same mold for the hair sculpts, but they're trying to improve themselves, and that's why I say like we have to give credit where it's due, you know. And again, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but when you compare the different Luke Skywalkers from the beginning to now, there's been an improvement, one after the other, right? You got the farmer Luke, you got the Bespin Luke, then you got the Return of the Jedi Luke, and
Mhm.
the Endor version. Now you're getting this one, Mando, the snow speeder pilot Luke. So they've been improving the Hascopes. I mean, obviously it looks like a Mark Hamill. It's not like you see like this doesn't look at all. I mean, it does have likeness, obviously, but I will prefer a Hascope that has the likeness and is painted well, obviously, like all of us, right? This one falls under that criteria, so it's not like this is just crap. Now I can tell you by looking at this that the paint application on the one that show at best with Bespin looks much better, and I think the reason why we have an argument with this one is because the hair color is a bit darker and it looks cartoonish the way they did this. So I can tell you that this hairstyle will not be the one that we're gonna get when this is released.
Should I
They
do this
will
hairstyle?
not. Sorry.
Should I do this hairstyle for the Dark Jedi? I'm thinking about it now. I'm looking at it.
Do it. But look, okay, look at
Well, I
the
mean, okay, like I can pull this up. This looks like the deep fake Luke, the awesome Luke, 5 years older from Return of the Jedi. This doesn't look like the Empire Strikes Back Luke. And here's the thing. I hear what you're saying about the hair. I don't buy it though. It's got to be more than hair. They didn't paint the same thing a damn way. There's no way JC Hogg said paint this the same exact way. This doesn't even look anything like Empire Strikes Back. It looks like he became a priest later on in life. To be quite honest with you, doesn't look anything like it.
Yeah, but look, this is the thing, right? If you look at the picture on your left, the one with the lightsaber with the hoodie on, that one looks more like Luke Skywalker than the one without the hoodie. You know, like
somebody's pictures.
That one. Go. I mean, Luke Skywalker, right?
It looks
there,
like
right?
Luke. Yeah,
exactly. But now, when you take the hood, I think the issue with this figure is not the hair sculpt; is the hairstyle. That's the issue. Not the likeness. I think the likeness is there, but the hair. Because
it looks like Mark Hamill, but it looks like Mark Hamill from The Mandalorian. That looks like Grogu from The Mandalorian. That looks like R2. I mean, this does not, to me, look like anything like Empire Strikes Back, Luke. Let's look at that. It's weird. I mean, if they could do that with just hair, that's amazing. I'm trying to get... Okay, here's a bigger image, Dante. Here we go. Okay, let's look at these.
Right. It does look like Luke Skywalker. I think the issue that I see is the hairstyle. That's it. The likeness is there. And I mean, I wish I can just kind of put side by side, but if you go jump for the other one, the Bespin one, the shot that you had before.
I should have had it up on my I have it up on my banner, but yeah, let me go to that one, buddy. And I'll pull that up on the screen. It's just interesting.
And it's painted more. This looks a bit softer. So it is the same head sculpt, but it's painted differently. That's the way I see it. And again, that's just my perception. I can be 100% wrong. But I mean, look at the picture of that one with the lightsaber, right?
All right, here you go. I'm going to bring up some pictures for you so you could see.
Yeah.
Let's go to a bigger one, whatever big one we get. Okay, here's one.
I'll go to the next one. There's another one with a nice. Keep going. That one. This one looks amazing. This one here, when I saw this picture, Ben, this is it. Why? Because the hairstyle and the paint application on this one it seems to be more. I don't know if this is a word, but stronger painted. You know, the other one looks a bit softer.
Yeah, it has like more. It's
more texture. I don't know.
Yeah,
if you compare the other one, looks a bit softer. Not to say it doesn't look like Luke, because it does look like him, but the paint application on this one is far superior, in my opinion, and that could be a good thing, because remember, this is the prototype they show, which could be the same hair sculpt that we're gonna get for Mando Luke with different hairstyle. That could be as well. So you can go wrong with either or. I think the hairstyle is a bit different on the other one. I like this shot. If you see the other picture again, beautiful.
Yeah, and El Profesoro is telling me to check my Instagram messages. So as
sending nudes,
as we talk, I can see we can pull this up side by side. He may have been able to send this to me, and then I could share it, Dante. But yeah, here's the thing. While I'm pulling this up, Dante, the question really is here, no matter which case it is, same head sculpt, not same head sculpt, just the hair, the paint, I agree with you. Hair and paint. Paint for sure is a little bit different, more vibrant, more texture. Doesn't matter as long as it looks good. That's the question.
No, as long as it looks good to me. Just I want to speak for myself, because for the collectors might matter. But for me personally, it doesn't matter. I'm happy with it. You know, just to give you an example, the Mark 85 Tony Stank, right? I did a review and I told everyone in person doesn't look that bad. When you take a picture, it doesn't look good. So in person looks better than actual pictures, right? So you can see Luke Skywalker here. You can see Luke Skywalker in the Mando Luke as well. So it is, somebody said it's subjective, and I agree with that. I mean, everyone can see with a different set of eyes and can say, you know what, I don't see it. It's fine. Easy doesn't see, for example, the likeness of Captain America from Endgame. I can see it, you know. So here is a good example. This is, to me, it looks exactly the same head sculpt, but the one with Bespin is better painted and better lighting. They put more love into the pictures, I think, for the Bespin look than the Mandalorian one. But I mean, look at the shape of the eyes, right? The line underneath.
Yeah, look at
the lips, the nose. Bespin is better painted. That's all I can see. And the head sculpt looks the hairstyle on now that we have this beautiful hairstyle compared to the other one, you can see a big difference
The
now. You know,
texture around the cheek, like if you look at like his what would be his left cheek, Dante,
right?
it almost looks like from the paint that he has no jawline in the Mando version that Mario
Exactly.
sent. And in the Bespin one, he does, but it's the paint. So
It's
that's
a
my
paint.
point. Like, I feel like when you could get, like, okay, if I hold up my phone from the Hot Toys Wizard, okay, it's like, it's kind of like if I can make, if this is my foundation or my mold, now I can kind of paint it or put it on to get it to
Hmm.
look whatever I want. So that's
Right.
kind of how I look at it. I feel
Right.
like the deep fake Luke, don't get me wrong, that's like my top figure for this year besides the Snow Speeder Luke. But I would have been really depressed or let down if I really truly thought that this looked like I don't want it to look like the season finale Luke. I want it to look like ESB. So that's my point. But I see the
Mhm.
comparisons. Yes, it could be the same head sculpt. But again, does it matter as long as they pull it off?
As long as they pull it off, it doesn't matter. I think now the argument that we have right now is because they gave us something to compare. Before we didn't have nothing to compare, nothing recent rather to compare. Like we got the Return of the Jedi, which is a bit older. I mean, not like too old. But then we got Endor Luke and all those things. But now that we have this Mandalorian, which is the latest, now we have Bespin that you can compare with, that you can see the differences. I think what they did here is a better paint application, number one, and better Haskell, better hairpiece, hairstyle, and I think that that makes the figure completely different. But again, I'm not saying that they're horrible, because they're not. Obviously, they're not. But you can see the different in paint application, and you can see the level of love that they took to take the picture for the Bespin look compared to the one from the Mando.
So Mama Luigi says the
Oh,
description on
Marie.
Sideshow even says newly painted head sculpt. So what does that mean? And maybe I'll, Professor, you could tell me either what you think it means. Dante, let me know what you think. I guess I'm interpreting that if I'm looking at this one statement, newly painted head sculpt. Does that mean that it's a previously used head sculpt that's newly painted, or does it mean it's a new head sculpt that they newly painted? Which one is it?
No, it can be a newly painted Haskell, meaning that they use something that was already existing. It was newly painted, right? Um, eh, I mean, there's no question that this is a new mold, right? A new Haskell, but now it's painted differently. That's the way I see it. Not to say that when we get the final product, the final pictures of this Luke Skywalker, the one with from the Mando, I think it's gonna look much better than this. I cannot see Hot Toys making a mistake on this one, because this is such a big character, especially from a show that everyone loves.
Well, El Professor brings up a good point. He says they both look great in his opinion. And I think that's our opinion too. And thank you again, El Professor, for sending this picture. Much respect, brother. Appreciate that. Um, at the end of the day, Dante, here's how I feel. We'll see how you feel. I feel like both of these are the best likeness of Mark Hamill that we have gotten to date for 6 scale in the world. Certainly, this Bespin Luke, in my opinion, is number one. I'm not discounting the one on the right, because this looks exactly like what Favreau and Filoni gave us. Actually, I dare say the Luke from the Mandalorian dude looks a little bit better. A little better than what Favreau and Filoni gave us, to be quite honest. They're both dynamite. I mean, both of these are dynamite. Best Lukes yet.
Yes, and I think the one from Boba Fett looks even better. you know, so they've been
Well,
they've
yeah, it
been
does. I agree.
improving. Just think about the next season of the Mandalorian, how great this is gonna look. It's gonna be insane. You know, again, you can go wrong with this. This is definitely an improvement the way you see it. Paint application is gonna be better. I can put my hands on fire with that. I think they're gonna nail it. And let's see how the Snow Speeder Luke comes out as well.
Oh, we're gonna get into that. Dorklair with the $10 drop. You guys think we could see a Dooku reissue? I feel like that could happen May 4th. Well, if you feel that way, then I need to fill up table 77, where Anakin and Dooku are sitting together.
My powers have doubled since the last time we met, Count.
Good. Twice the pride, double the fall.
And with 103 in here, let's smash that like button for a 6-scale Cantina. Come on, my good friend Dante for the Man of Hot Collectibles. Shout out to Easy Company Collectibles, who gave me a shout out in his buyer pass, because Dante, EZ, in his buyer pass for this Bespin Luke, he spilled his coffee, baby. Giving me a shout out of there. Shout out to Easy Company Collectibles. Yeah, I think we all spilled our coffee with that. Come on. It's like what Dante said. I'm going to answer this first, and then I'm going to let Dante answer. I'm going to steal from him what he said earlier. We can't take anything off the table at this point, especially when they have head sculpts that they can use over again. If they can use existing molds and just change paint applications, just like they did with that KX Enforcer droid K2SO, just like that they were doing, which is a great formula for the Stormtroopers, the OT Stormtroopers that you've been seeing so many iterations of for years. And now you're going to start seeing it up the wazoo when it comes to clone troopers for sure, and Tamora Morrison head sculpts. But you're absolutely could see this, Dante. And especially in the times that Hot Toys are in, where they have to catch up on a lot of these releases because production is held up, and they may need to lower some production quantities and double or triple some of these up to get them out. And certainly could see something like this with a Dooku. Dooku's high, dude. I'll say this to Dorkler before Dante goes. Count Dooku is approaching the $500 tier range. He's trending more than Krennic at this point, and he's very freaking high in the secondary market. It's kind of crazy. So I can definitely see it. But go ahead, go Dante. And I want to say not a straight I could see a reissue or a 2.0, but same head sculpt.
You know, I have a feeling that we are not gonna see this figure as soon as we would have wanted. I think the only way we can see this figure coming again is if we have some type of flashback in the Obi-Wan show. If we do have some type of flashback that Count Dooku is involved, because rumor has it that they're gonna go back to the Clone Wars era, and and they might start doing some flashbacks. I think that's the only way we can see it for now. Not to say that when there's an anniversary for the figure, they can do a special edition version, which that could happen, but it might take a few years, I think. Only if it's not shown in the Obi-Wan show. I think it might take a few years. I don't remember on top of my head when is the anniversary for the Attack of the Clones. If you guys can refresh my memory, because that's when he was first
Attack of the Clones, I believe, is correct me if I'm wrong, everybody out there, is this year. Like it's coming up now, I believe. The 20th anniversary for Attack of the Clones. I could be wrong. Someone correct me, but I think
wrong.
it is.
Yeah, maybe.
Am I wrong? Because it's 2020, 1999 for the Phantom Menace, and then 2000, 2001, 2002.
May 16, 2002 was the release.
Yeah, so
of the movie.
I think it's now. I do.
So next month. So then it is possible. It is possible they can have that as an excuse to do a 20th anniversary edition.
Mm-hmm.
They can do that. So it is very possible now that I see it.
Well, and here's the other thing, Dante, because they gave us, remember how they reissued. You bring up a good point, and thank you for the super chat, Darkler. We're talking about it here. Remember they put Darth Vader from Empire Strikes Back, the one that goes with this Bespin Luke, this DX25. They straight up reissued it and put it in anniversary packaging.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that they could do that for Dorkler, for a Dooku, in 20th anniversary packaging? My first reaction would be, is he a strong enough character? And you're kind of, but he is a Sith Lord. Okay. He has a lightsaber, and he's selling like frack in the secondary market. Same price right now, around $500, as that Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader was. So you do have to wonder. I think it is possible, just from that price point alone, it's similar. And because of you got 40th anniversary, 20th anniversary, they could, Dante, want to capitalize on two things: the anniversary, putting something in anniversary packaging they don't have to invest a lot in, they could reuse, and the fact that he's going up in the secondary market.
Yeah, that's true. Now that I'm thinking is, you know, since the 20th anniversary is going to be May 16th, right? That's going to be the 20th anniversary of the Attack of the Clones.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, not gonna like switch it a little bit? Do you think if Hatos will do a Anakin and Obi-Wan episode 2 figures?
I think it's possible, and thank you so much, Dork Lair, for that super chat. And I see the other ones in there. We're going to get up to the other super chats in a minute, and some of the other chats in here. I do, and it's going to tie into the banner that I have up for this video. If you see, Dante, on the banner of this video, I have up Luke Skywalker, Snowspeeder Pilot. Okay, that's number one. Talk about TK FOMO. That's one. Okay, now you've got the DX25, the Bespin Luke. That's two. Now you also have the deep fake Luke from the Mandalorian. That's three. Okay, and that is a very, very interesting thing, because when I pull this up on the screen, and again, thank you so much, Dork Lair, for the super chat here, my friend. Much, much appreciated. We'll get back to the other chats here in a minute. If I share my screen and pull this up onto the screen, I'm going to pull this up, Dante. So we have 3 Lukes up on pre-order right now. And I'll pull this up onto the screen. Once I'm able to share the right screen, let me go back to it. Could we get, is it appropriate, Dante, to have more than 3 Lukes up at the same time? Now let me share the screen to kind of get to the point I'm trying to get at. When you look at some of these other figures that are up on here, here we go, and now we got it, my friend. For instance, I pulled up on this, everything, pulling this up onto the screen. These are all the Iron Mans that are up right now, that are on pre-order, and that are 1/6. There's 10 of them, because I'm counting any deluxe, non-deluxe. It's the same figure, so I'm not double counting them. Okay, but you got 10 related to Iron Man in here just for Iron Man. Okay, so let's go to another one, Dante, since you brought this up on Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'll bring up Loki. You've got 4 different Lokis, I'm not including Sylvie, that are up on pre-order right now. Loki's a very popular character. Iron Man is a popular character. Again, you're comparing them to Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker. Let me bring up Spider-Man. You got Spider-Man up, okay, and not including any of the deluxe or non-deluxe, and this is just 6 scale, not quarter scale. Okay, you've got 8 of them. You've got 8 of them when you take out the deluxe related to Spider-Man. So I've already said in the past, Dante, and I've talked to you about this. I was telling people, is it possible that we can have more Luke Skywalkers up on pre-order than 2 or 3, and more Obi-Wan Kenobis than 2 or 3? Because those are 2 pivotal characters within the Star Wars universe. So the question I'm going to ask you, and then I'm going to pull it back at you, is when it comes to Obi-Wan Kenobi, I say yes. Star Wars is hotter right now than Marvel. It's not that it's better, it's just the facts. And just with TV shows right now, Star Wars is hotter than anything from the TV shows. Now, they could lay an egg like Last Jedi and go backwards. But right now, they're hot. And a lot of people bring up Hong Kong. They don't want this, they don't want that. Forget about Hong Kong. Forget about, there's a whole other world where Sideshow makes most of their money selling to all these other places in the wide world. Obi-Wan will sell. Luke Skywalker will sell. That's why they just put out this Luke. So I don't see any reason, dude, why they couldn't put out an Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan.
Right, and
But yeah, go. This is my whole point with it.
right, and yes, that's a good, actually, very good point. To me, if you ask me, you know, I don't care if we have 50 Luke Skywalkers. I mean, I will get probably all of them, right, depending on the version. But we don't have many Obi-Wans, for example, right? We got Ben Kenobi, and we got the episode 3 Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you remember anyone else? I don't think
No,
so. That's it.
That's it. And I think if they're going to make this mold, they have that mold, and they're going to make a new mold, right? So you're talking about reusing the Revenge of the Sith mold with this Clone Wars one. Even if they repaint it, they're going to reuse it because they don't have to invest in it. They
Mhm.
can't reuse it for the new show, but they're going to capitalize on using it for money, and whatever they can use with this new one, they can certainly double up on that as well. So yeah, I absolutely can see it. And whether, look, we could debate it all day. Who's more popular in the world? If you ask anybody in every country, who would know more, Loki or Obi-Wan Kenobi? Or who would know more, Darth Vader or Iron Man? Or who would know more, Luke Skywalker or Spider-Man? It's very debatable. Okay. They're all very, very popular. How is the IP doing? What are people buying? How high do these figures, Dante, go up in the market once they go up on pre-order? Do they skyrocket up? Are people just buying them left and right? Does Hot Toys see that? Do they go cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching? And do they start singing Pink Floyd, money? It's a pre-order. And, you know, this is the question. So I think that they will. If they're going to start working on Obi-Wan Kenobi stuff, he's not going to get any hotter than what he is right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, Obi-Wan is around the corner, so definitely we're gonna see a new Obi-Wan figure. And not only that, we're probably gonna see Vader. We're gonna see some Inquisitors, some Troopers, perhaps, uh, you know, Rex. You know, another version of Rex. I think we are up to something. I think once May comes, you know, we're gonna have a better picture of what's gonna be announced. Um, Usually, Hot Toys doesn't do stuff by May 4th. I think last year they didn't announce. If I mean, I can be wrong, but I don't think they announced anything on May 4th. But it was after or before. I think. Please don't quote me on this one. My brain is sometimes playing me tricks. But that being said, I think we're gonna see other versions of Obi-Wan. I think we're gonna see uh, figures from the Attack of the Clone Wars, and now Attack of the Clone, sorry, and I think we can see Padme now as a 20th anniversary, because remember it was rumors last year, and I mentioned this, and we shared the information, Aries, as well on your shows, that Padme, it was a figure that was really being considered to be announced anytime. And same, it was almost within the same time that we were told about Bespin Luke, and we were told about the Mando Luke that eventually happened. They wanted to release one of those figures, and they decided to go with Mando Luke first, and then Bespin Luke is going to be the second option. But they were waiting for the right moment to do it, and it happened. So I think that we're gonna get more figures that we want. So
So
patience.
you want to talk about figures from the crypt. That's what you're leading into here. So I guess I have to. Who laughs better, the monster, the dead guy from Tales of the Crypt, or this dude at table 66? That works. Actually, that works. I should have this segment. And what do you guys all think of the chat? Every time I do a show, I should have a segment and go, let's get ready for figures from the crypt. I say hi to some people who are in here. 130 watching. Please go ahead and smash that like button. Thank you so much for your support. And please subscribe to 6 Scale Cantina if this is the first time you're watching. And the man of hot collectibles, Dante, the maestro, the reviewer extraordinaire. You don't want to not subscribe to him. Subscribe to him right here. I got the link within the video description below. I have the link at 6scalecantina.com. Come on, baby. Come on. Saying hi to some more people that are in here. Victoria's Cantina. Welcome, Victoria. Had her on the show earlier this week, so good to have her in here. I hope they fix Deepfake Luke to be the Book of Boba Fett version, but I doubt that they will. Yeah, Dante, you brought that up. That would be great if they, yeah, you never know. You never know, but they probably won't because they want to keep it true to the moment for sure. I know I got some other super chats to get into over here, so we're going to go ahead and get to them. OG fan, when Star Wars was just Star Wars, the $5 drop. Great show, guys. Great chat and community. It is the same head sculpt. Mando Luke was newly developed. Bespin Luke is newly painted. So there you go. So it's the same head sculpt because of the wording that they're using. And thank you so much, OG fan. I think someone else pointed that out in there as well. But it's got to be, to my point, more than the hair. And you were bringing up the paint, Dante, that you see some differences. Like I saw the jaw looks different. Well, it's not that the jaw is actually different, right? It's that they painted it different.
Right.
So how much does makeup make a difference, I guess?
It makes a huge difference. I mean, you see painters, like when you send Haskell's to customize, when you get one version, they repainted the whole thing and looks more realistic. They can even paint a more realistic Haskell from those $10 figures that you can get in the store. I mean, I saw people repainting it and making it look like, damn, looks amazing. So paint matters, hashtag paint matters. So I think that
paint matters.
Paint matters. It does, because if you do a good painting on the head sculpt, it's going to look much better. The pictures, when you take the pictures, remember, when they do these figures, it's not like just for you to see it at home and nobody can see it until you get it at home. They need to do pictures. They need to, promote the figure. So if they do a soft paint, it will not look good on camera. It will look a bit fade, even if they put some light in. So they will have to do some maneuvers to make the figure looks better. But with Bespin Luke, when you see that, I mean, they pretty much killed it with the pictures. It was very, very good. Yes, you can still see similarities with the Mando Luke from the Mando series, but because of the paint was done so good, it looks more than Luke Skywalker than actually Mando when you compare it now, because now we have something to compare with, right? Not to say that Mando Luke is bad, because it is not at all. I think it's going to improve the painting. It's going to improve when it's released.
Dude, well, look at this. If you remember that part when he first got to Bespin and he's running around trying to find out where Vader is, Leia, Chewbacca, C-3PO are getting, escorted around there by the Imperial Guards and Lando's Lobot and Lando's guards. And then you hear that music. Dun, 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 and he's like creeping around looking all like like his young self. Whatever they did here on the damn paint or the hair is absolutely unbelievable, because this reminds me of that Luke. I mean, it has that kind of, and this is like one of those almost like, I don't know, young mannish type of pictures, like really young, wet behind the ears type of thing. The fact that we're able to get that vibe, how much does the rolling eyes help? Because I spoke a lot about it, Dante. You're the best reviewer, really. That I love everyone's reviews, but I really dig yours, and you know that. And you do such an outstanding job. And a great reason to join your membership for people who want insight on that.
Thank you.
Plug to you. How much does rolling eyes? Because I don't think we talked about that. I haven't heard anyone this week with this, but I spoke about it a lot with the Clone Wars Ahsoka, that you could capture, like look at that here. Like when he first sees Darth Vader and Darth Vader goes, "The Force is with you, young Skywalker, but you are not a Jedi yet." It kind of looks like the way he's looking at him, dude.
Pairs matters too. It does. That makes you can change the look of a figure by using a different hairstyle and moving those eyes in the right direction, right? If you do it like looking up like this, like he's upset, like he's mad. I mean, you can make a huge scene right there, you know. So I think it's a good thing. I wish every figure comes with that per system, and I know it's sometimes difficult, but just because you can do so many things with it, and it is a pain in the butt sometimes to align the eyes the right way. I don't know if it's just me with my fat fingers, but every time that even though I use a little thingy to do it,
I know it's
it
hard.
still
for
is a
you,
pain in the
baby.
butt, man. I'm like,
It's
shit.
like a pain in
I'm
the
like,
ass.
you know, what, I'm gonna use my fingers. I can't, you know. So I'm trying to do it, and then the eyes like looks like it's like looking up, but the other one's looking down. I don't get the orientation right. It looks like so, you know, but it is a good feature to have. And if you nailed it, if you're like really good at posing your figures, especially the direction of the eyes when you're doing the pose and when you're doing the pictures or whatever, it's gonna make a huge difference. I'm telling you, huge difference.
Yeah, I noticed it. I noticed a big thing with it, bro. Um, with the Clone Wars Ahsoka, that you could get, you know, her to look in so many different moods. You know, she could be stern, she can be soft, she can be on guard, she could be almost angry. I'm like, holy crow. I mean, the purr system does a lot there. So maybe the purr system with the Luke, the difference in the hair, the makeup. I was saying this as well. And would people be upset, Dante? And thank you so much, Ashley, for your super sticker. Leaving that up over there. Lane, I see your super chats. Everyone else's super chats. Dante and I will get to them. Just going one by one. What can they do with with Bespin Han? Because I brought this up some months ago that I really felt. Now I have both the Han Solos from the original trilogy. I have the Stormtrooper Han, and I also the Stormtrooper disguise, and I also have the A New Hope Han, which hold up today. They're absolutely unbelievable. And in my view, if you take those head sculpts of Harrison Ford and you repaint it like what you're doing here, it's not outdated like that A New Hope look. Put it to you that way. What do you think they can do with the existing head sculpt on the Han that they already had? Either one of them.
They can nail it 100%. I mean, with the paint, you know, like like OG put hashtag paint matters. The you know, you can use the same head sculpt for Han Solo and paint it better. It's gonna be a whole new figure, man. I'm telling you. I mean, I think that's the best, you know, Han Solo likeness to date. That one and the Force Awakens. I think they nailed it. The older version of Han, they nailed it. For some reason, Hot Toys can nail
Killer, baby.
likenesses of older people. They always do, always do. Even Luke Skywalker, older version of Luke. I mean, Crate, Luke from Crate, the from the Last Jedi.
Mhm,
Amazing head sculpt. So for some reason, they can nail the likeness of older characters.
mhm.
Um,
I'm looking
this
right at it right here.
it is amazing. I mean, you had it on your left.
I should go grab it. Keep
Grab
talking.
it,
I'll go
yeah.
grab it.
So I do think that matters a lot. The paint application. If you can use the same Han Solo head sculpt and you know, do a new paint, forget it. It's gonna be amazing. And look, Eris is gonna pull the Solo from the Force Awakens. I mean, that one is amazing as well. The texture, the paint application is just so good. It's so good. You can show it, man. That was just freaking amazing head sculpt.
So here's the A New Hope one, okay, which is pretty freaking sweet, dude. To be completely
Yeah.
honest with you, I mean it. And my camera's not great for these type of things here, but it's really good. And when you go ahead, I mean, it's absolutely sick, to be honest with you. And then here, I will pull up the one you're talking about, Dante, which is this one. Which, dude, is unfreaking
Yeah.
believable.
That's
I mean, that
that's
is unreal, dude.
yeah, that's Harrison Ford in miniature, pretty much. I mean, it's just perfect. I cannot see any flaws, nothing. I think it's perfect.
I mean, dude, I mean, this is like If we fill up table 44, that's who this is.
Oh, really? You're cold?
I mean,
it's
yes, I'm
perfect.
cold, Todd. Oh my god. But anyway, going back to the regular screen, and thank you so much for the super chat there. We'll put up lanes as we keep talking. But yeah, I feel like with both of the Hans, we got some good Hans. And I really feel like how much could they paint them? So I showed you the A New Hope Han. I really think that paint like they did with this Bespin Luke could go a long way with that. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, if they can pull off a better likeness than that, forget it.
Lane Kramer with the $5 drop. So Dante, Aries for both of you. What is your top 3 Grail figures either you own or you still consider you might pay a higher price for? Well, top 3. Oh gosh, what are we considering a Grail, Dante? Is it like double in price? Is it what we?
I think price wise, I mean, if you ask me, obviously Han and Chewie, that's one Grail. I will probably say Anakin, Dark Side Anakin, because is pricey. And before the Bespin Luke, the DX07, you know.
How about this? You said that, right?
Yeah.
This definitely is one of them, Lane. I'm with Dante. I mean, without question. This one's not yet. This one is not yet. But trust me, it absolutely will be. This one right here, for sure. In time, and I've talked about that on Insiders before and some of my stuff. Here's a good question for Lane.
How much is it going for right now? The solo
not that high. Not that high. It's showing signs though of going up. It's like, but you could get it for around 325, 350. It's going up though. The 2-pack's going up. The Chewbacca's going up faster than this.
Really?
But this one's showing a sign of going up. Oh yeah, the Force Awakens Chewbacca's going through the roof.
Which is by far the worst.
And I have yes, depending on what version you got. Here's the question I have for you. Does this figure here, and thank you so much, Lane, it's going to go on top of what you're talking about. So here is Dante. Here is the battle damaged Luke Skywalker. DX07, which is cool. Okay. And you got the little blood in the hand, so you can kind of like, you can also, it's see that arm that's cut off?
Mm-hmm.
And so you got the other hand, and it's actually magnetic, right? Yeah, so it can go on. It's still pretty strong, actually. So there it is. You can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they come out with this or not, this battle damaged one, and I think that they will come out with this, and this could be a May 4th release. I really, really do. Or they just stay with this. Is this still considered? Here's a question for you to go with Lane Super Chat. Is this still a Grail, in your opinion, Dante? I'm not giving mine yet.
100%. It's still a Grail. It's still a Grail. The crown is there. You cannot remove it because of a 2.0 version. This is unique as it is. 2 figures, battle damage. You have a beautiful base. You know, yes, the Vader could be argued because it's going to be the same one as the new one, but the bases are different. You know, the accessories. It is a Grail, period. You cannot replace that one yet. Unless they do a battle damage Bespin with a different type of accessories, or maybe including an extra small figure like Yoda or R2D2, then we can probably say that the newer version could potentially become a Grail.
Yeah, and I agree. I don't think that this DX07 that I was showing up on the screen, and it's a Grail to me, Lane, to finish the last figure. That is one of my I spilled my coffee this week. I spilled my spatchka. I ordered tons of off-world Jawa egg juice because of the DX25. But to be quite honest with you, bro, that DX07 is a grail for me, baby, and it will always be. And no matter what they do, Dante, they come out with a battle damage version, which I really believe they will. That one's always going to be unique, and the first Star Wars figure that Hot Toys ever did anyway.
That's true. That's another reason why it's gonna be hard to get that crown out. Unless something comes that that is 5,000 times better, right? It's still, I mean, I think the nostalgia associated with the DX07, the fact that you get two figures, the fact that that was the first Luke Skywalker we got with the likeness, really good still up until today. It still is not that bad. It's actually pretty good. um it's gonna be difficult to take that title of Grell. It's gonna take a few more tries, I will say, from Hot Toys to remove that crown. I think that's gonna hold as it is.
Well, with 111 in here, please go ahead and smash that like button for the Dark Jedi. And in case you don't know who I am the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington. And I'm serving up all the coffee spilling Hot Toys talk, along with the maestro Dante, the man of hot collectibles. I keep confusing you and Easy Company Collectibles. That's kind of like, you know,
Well, I'm man of
it's
Hot
the buttermilk.
Collectibles.
It's the buttermilk.
Right,
It's
it's the
the
buttermilk.
buttermilk.
I'm a man of Hot Collectibles. He's Easy Collectibles.
Single songwriter goes, yes, 100% the new Bespin Luke is 100% different and will not affect the original DX07. No, it might be showing signs now. I know people are going to ask me this week and early next week, oh, is it shooting down? Is it shooting down? You can never really tell in a few days. Anything that happens within a few days or within a week doesn't really mean anything. You got to give it some time. You got to accumulate data, or if you've accumulated data from before, then 1 week or 2 weeks can make a difference. There's a whole process in determining that. Once you see a couple or 3 months go down the road, Dante, single songwriter is 100% accurate. That is exactly what I think on that. So again, we're going to finally, from all the chats and different things, get into this segment, figures from the crypt. So we got this, buddy. It happened. They've teased this for how long? We've looked at this. Cha-ching. Check. Done. Over. April 13th will always be a day in the Dark Jedi history books as a day long remembered. Oh. Now, what other figures like this could be coming from the crypt? Let's go to the first one, which is pretty darn obvious, my friend. How likely is this could come between now and May 4th week?
High, very high. No, yeah, I think this is a very, very possible. Now, Obi-Wan again, show coming in May. Rumor has it we're gonna see flashback from the Clone Wars era, so that means that we might see General Kenobi. So, I think this is a very possible figure that we might see in the near future for sure.
Who needs a refill at table 10 with the droids?
How rude.
Let me know what table you're at. We will continue to fill you up. And really, Grogu needs another refill already. Well, let's go ahead and get him at table 5 and 88. All right. Figures from the crypt. This one's 100% coming. We keep checking ones off the list. Let's go to some ones that are very interesting like this. There's one. And did you know, Dante, from the crypt? From the crypt, we also have this one. I mean, these are two very crazy figures from the crypt.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I still can't believe that we don't have a C-3PO yet from Hot Toys. I can't believe it, man. I mean, they teased us a few times already. This is a no-brainer, man. This has to happen. They need to complete the whole thing, you know. And I'm not sure what the conversations are behind the scenes. I don't know what the decisions are gonna be made for this figure. Not sure if it's gonna be fully die-cast or it's gonna be plastic painted with some die-cast pieces similar to IG-11. I mean, they can clearly nail the paint application. I mean, obviously, it is obvious. So, you know, I just feel like this is taking too long, man. And I wish they can just give us freaking C-3PO already.
Big dog pounds in the house. You know what that means. Woo! You know what I really think that they're going to do, though, dude? When we talk about C-3PO, to be honest with you, I I really feel that there's a chance that we're going to see C-3PO and R2D2 within the Obi-Wan series. As a matter of fact, I can guarantee you that you're going to see C-3PO and R2D2 in the Obi-Wan series, especially when you see Jimmy Smits as Bail Organa and you see a young Princess Leia. Is that the time, Dante? You know, we're looking at these two figures from the crypt. They obviously have a way to make it, whether it's the old crusty version that they have there, whether it's the shiny one, they can put it the red arm, the regular, you know, the silver leg, the gold leg, give you the whole 9 yards. Is it possible that if we get them even in a flash 10-second thing, you know, a 10-second thing that would really be even something as small as this?
How rude.
Or something like this, refilling table 10.
Hello.
I think that they go ahead and they say, you know what? We got to put this out. Because you've said this a lot. I've heard you say this a lot. That this Obi-Wan series is the closest thing to the OT and the prequels that we're going to get. You're going to have these two characters in there. And I just feel like if we get them in any capacity, they'll say, you know what? Not only C-3PO, here's a 2-pack. Is this the reason why we haven't gotten R2?
It could be. It could be. Maybe they're holding for the right time. But the right time has been like many, many years ago. Um, you know, I think with Obi-Wan, we definitely have to see C-3PO and R2D2. I mean, those are the Star Wars characters. I mean, without C-3PO and R2D2, there's no Star Wars. If you think about it, right? They were the droids, the first one introduced in the franchise. When all this happened, they were the two characters that we saw. In fact, the first character we saw was C-3PO, right? So, you know, those it has to happen. I mean, the question is when. I think we're getting closer to that day, and I'm telling you, once that's announced or released, it could possibly happen on May 4th. I mean, I asked somebody.
Holy moly!
I
Can you even imagine? Let's go through a scenario. You just brought up something that's going to make me pop open or drink some of the off-world Jawa egg juice. Now you're getting me going. May 4th, they show the new Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer. Okay? They're going to give us a new one. And let's say in that trailer, they're not going to hold back on everything. They show you R2D2. They show you R2D2 together with this guy.
How rude.
And if that cat's out of the bag, can you imagine a 2 pack on May 4th of those two droids? My God.
I asked on the chat because again, my brain is really not that great. So somebody mentioned that May 4th we got the Blurg, Quell,
Quill,
right? We got
Echo.
Commander Troop or something like that, and we
Mhm.
got you know, Mando. We get some stuff like that.
It was
So
all like,
right, it was okay release. It wasn't like something like, oh my god, it's not like it wasn't a big character, right?
no legacy
Besides
character.
Mando,
Sideshow came out with Grievous and took all the headlines.
all the headlines, right? And then they took the headlines again when they delivered a shady figure, but that's a different topic. But with this May 4th,
Did you
I
say
can
a shady
see
figure? A shady figure?
I can see happening I can see happening a C3PO and R2D2, either a 2-pack individual. They can just put any label they want, 20th anniversary, 40th anniversary, whatever they want. If they do that, I'm telling you, a lot of people are going to be very, very happy. Very, very, including me. I don't have a C3PO on purpose. I could have got the sideshow one, even though that one looks very good. But I'm holding off to see Hot Toys what they can deliver, because based on those pictures that you showed from the crypt, it looks really good.
We got to fill up table 66.
Good.
Damn, that's a scary damn dude. And of course, we're talking about figures from the crypt. Who would win, Dante? Pennywise or the Emperor with that? Like who would win in a laughing contest?
Oh man, that's a good. I think Palpatine and Pennywise are pretty much level with the same laugh.
What if they had an arm wrestling contest? Like who would win?
Oh yeah, right. Or Pennywise because he has an extra hand.
Figures from the Pennywise because he has the extra hand. Oh God! Ta-da! Figures from the crypt. How many of you in the chat think that this is a figure now that will rise from the crypt? Let Dante and I know within the chat, baby, here on Cantina Live, where you're having fun and you're spilling coffee and you're drinking your off-world Jawa egg juice and you're smashing the like button right now, baby, for the Dark Jedi, and subscribing also. Dante, I think this is 100% coming now.
Rise. Yeah. This, I mean, honestly, I don't know why Hatos is waiting so long for this. I mean, clone troopers, urban troopers. I mean, this is a no-brainer. This is an easy thing to do, in my opinion. I mean, I know nothing is easy, but it is not like a Hescope they're developing. It's not like a Mark Hamill Hescope or Harrison Ford Hescope. It's a helmet. I mean, they already proved us that they did a good job with the 501st Battalion Trooper, with the Coruscant Guard, with Captain Rex. The bodies are way better, ratcheted joints, good articulation. So we see that they improved 100%. So I can see this actually happening too.
Yeah, absolutely. And MB Dyson goes, too many troopers already. So remember that scene in there's too many of them. Oh, I've been hit. Oh. I agree. But man, you haven't seen, how's that song go? You MB Dyson ain't seen nothing yet. Dun 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 baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. Man, they're gonna cream us with this.
Reminds me of Michael Jackson when he said, "You ain't seen nothing yet."
Oh my freaking God! Yeah, I would love this. And then here's another one from the crypt that we can go to here. You'll like this one, Dante.
Oh man, as much as I love to see Baze, man, I think for now it's not gonna happen, and I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are gonna say no.
That means it happens tonight.
Dude, I hope I'm hoping wrong. I'm telling you, I'm hoping wrong. This is you can complete your Rogue One with this guy. You have Gene Erso, you have Chirrut. You need Baze to complete it, man. Andor, we're gonna get Andor at one point, so you're gonna start getting your Rogue One squad together. The Enforcer, the K Enforcer droid. That could be your K2SO type of replacement. You can kind of like say, this is my K2SO. But man, as much as I would love to see Baze, I think for now it's gonna be a no.
Putting in here, yes, Baze Balbus, labeled under the Andor series. And, look, I'm just going to say they're putting out figures labeled under the Rogue One series. So if they didn't think it was going to sell the Rogue One name, they wouldn't be putting it out. But possible too. Saw Gerrera, Forrest Whitaker. Here's the beautiful thing. Forrest Whitaker played Saw Gerrera, Dante, in Rogue One. And he's already been confirmed to be in the Andor series. So has Ben Mendelsohn, who played Director Krennic from the Rogue One, is going to be in the Andor series. And I can tell you right now, Director Krennic is for sure going to get a reissue of that for how high he is within the secondary market. But Forrest Whitaker, dude, that would be awesome. That would be awesome to get a Saw Gerrera. And we would get one from, it'd be interesting what one we would get, honestly.
Yeah, Saw Gerrera it will be a good one to have. If he's already rumored that he's gonna be in Andor series, and I didn't know that Krennic is gonna be there, but man,
Yeah,
if that's the
yeah.
case, then
Same
that's
man.
it. That's the answer right there. I mean, were the rumors the base is gonna be there too?
No, I did not hear anything
No.
on base.
Yeah, I think the only way we can see these characters happening is if they're gonna be in the show at some point, because that could be a good excuse to do them, especially if they already teased the figure, right?
Mhm.
If there's no chance that they're gonna be there, then I think it's gonna be difficult, unless again is the respective anniversary, right? The 20th anniversary or whatever anniversary, they might pull that off. But I would love to see a Saw Gerrera and a reissue of Krennic for those who missed the Rogue One version.
Yeah, no, absolutely. My Chirrut Imwe is alone and needs a Baze Malbus. I know. And who else is alone at table 44?
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
And who needs a refill at table 1 with Lord Vader?
Apology accepted, Captain Nida.
You know what I'd love, dude? I'd love more Empire Strikes Back figures. Admiral Ozzel, Captain Nida, General Veers. Oh man, I'd love a freaking I'd love that. Imperial officers. Man, I don't know. I feel like something strange is going to happen with it. They gave us this Bespin Luke. But I do think, Dante, we're getting the battle damage Luke. So I want to talk about that as we talk about figures from the crypt, because I've got this one right here that I already showed you. Okay. And I feel like that is going to come back from the crypt again. And I think that they've already set us up for this in many ways. You were alluding to, I know we talked about it a little bit in this show, but you were alluding to it in the beginning. What makes you think, Maestro? What gives you the strongest indication that makes you think that they're going to give us a battle damage Luke now?
Well, simply because we got a clean version. You're right. We got a clean version. We got a battle damage in the past, and happened to be that was the comments, the feedback they had Toys got from collectors across the board in the community. I mean, the first thing was like, wait, there's no battle damage. Look what's happened with the battle damage head sculpt. There's no severe hand. So that right there is an indication that they might pull that off later. you know I don't think they're gonna mind to have two different DX versions for Luke, one clean version, one battle damage version. I don't mind seeing a nice diorama base, like similar to how you got on what you get on DX07. So I think we're gonna see something happening, hopefully in the next year. They have to, even if they announce the battle damage Luke next month, for example, let's say for May 4th they do it. You're gonna get the clean version in 1 month and then the battle damage version on another month, and you need to get both, right? Because
So, so you're thinking we're going to get this very quickly.
I think so. I have a feeling that they're working on something. I can be wrong. I guess a
Would it
feeling.
be would it be a way? Because obviously, when you got the DX07, we were able to get this battle damage Luke, and we're going to get the other Luke all in one package. how would collectors react? Like really, if they came out with this, really this close to each other? Because aren't you going to feel like, hey, I need both? Or were there people like, oh, I don't need both? You could kind of choose which one you want. But for me, I got to get them both. There's absolutely no question about it. But I feel like it works for Hot Toys because it's like, oh, you get the battle damage version versus the clean, and you get the clean version. It's almost like you got to get one. You get the hamburger to get the fries. You're getting the hamburger and fries. You got to get the popper. You got to get something to drink. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they go hand in hand. I could see them doing it I could also see them waiting a year or two. But I don't think they're going to wait that long. I think that, one of the things I think they have up their sleeve is they have to be mindful scheduling production, right? So even though these figures are going to be different, the body's essentially going to be the same. A lot of the stuff is going to be the same. A lot of stuff they probably get taken care of, Dante, as far as the general production, all in one swoop. So they're not going to reschedule it again. Does that make sense, you think?
Yeah, I think I don't know, but I feel like you're using autotunes because your voice is kind of like a little droish type of thing. I think is your connection is giving you some hard time.
Yes, it is giving me a little hard time.
You need
Sorry.
you need to check. You need to call Hans so they can give they can borrow you can borrow his tools and fix it. Maybe something wrong with the hyperdrive.
Oh, yeah? Watch this.
All right, is that better?
It's getting there. It was a bit cut off, so I didn't hear the actual question. It was a bit like coming. I mean, unless to me it was kind of like going back and with a weird droid voice.
Along with Bespin Luke. I guess I feel like it came out with this like May 4th week, or sometime over the next couple of months, or very, very quick tomorrow. Probably May 4th week. It makes you want to have to buy one and the other, right? It's almost like you got to buy them both.
Right, and this is the thing. If they do that, which I can see that happening, you need to buy both, right? Because if you think about people who are new to Star Wars and they want to, going into collecting, and they heard about the DX07, now they see the new DX 2.0, but there's a clean version only. Why not getting both? Why not getting the DX battle damage? It's always a market for something, and you cannot go wrong with Luke Skywalker. Period. Whether it's a clean version, battle damage, you cannot go wrong. So I think if they do it and they do it right, meaning that they give us what we want to see in the battle damage version, people are gonna get both. They're gonna get both.
Punisher says this, Dante. I think we need a Hoth Luke. Elfido. Not too sure about Hoth Han though. Boy, let's go ahead and actually fill up table 44 again, which is a cold table.
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
Here's the thing. I put it up on top of the banner for the last part of the show before we go ahead and call it quits for tonight. We're already in here 2 hours. It is the Dark Jedi with the man of Hot Collectibles. It is 6-Scale Cantina Live with Dante from the man at Hot Collectibles. Subscribe to both of us here. We're spilling our coffee, enjoying our off-world Jawa egg juice. And I think we will get a Hoth Luke, says Punisher. And I think Punisher is right. And here's where I want to go with this is Dante. They just invested in a head sculpt for The Empire Strikes Back. A new way to use the head sculpt. Okay, which is this particular figure here. The Bespin Luke DX25 that we have been talking about here this whole show. And you have to wonder, is it possible that just like we're getting figures like the KX Enforcer droid, and just like we got not only one Leia, 2 Leias, 3 Leias with the same head sculpt, And just like we normally get 1 tomorrow Morrison, 2 tomorrow Morrison, 3 tomorrow Morrison, 4 tomorrow Morrison, 5 tomorrow Morrison, so on, so forth. I'm telling you, I have an itchy feeling. I've got a funny feeling. I feel like my funny bone coming on, baby. That we may get a Hoth Luke. Because you would think we're getting the battle damage Luke. But can you imagine a damn Hoth Luke on May 4th? Oh my God. It's not like they have to invest big money in the head sculpt now, Dante, do they?
No, because they already have it. Newly painted. Now they can say newly painted. They can do a Tauntaun, a DX version. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if they do Hoth Luke, Hoth Han? Man.
Oh, like you're talking about a 2-pack, brother?
No. 2 different versions. Like you have your Luke with the Tauntaun, and then you have your Han with the Tauntaun.
Oh my God. Well, yes, I say yes. I mean, that would be. Let me ask you, would that be more or less epic than this Bespin Luke?
No, I think it will be more because we got a Bespin Luke before. So it's not like we never got one, right? So, but we never got a Hoth from Hot Toys. So that will be a new thing. It will be, I think it will be crazy. Even if they do, Hoth Luke and Hoth Hand by itself, like they don't have to include a Tauntaun. Tauntaun is separate. Still, it is a good, they can do it together. They can do a 2-pack as well without having the Tauntaun, and you can buy the Tauntaun separately if you want. But I can see that as a good solid option for May 4th. But my only concern is that last year for May 4th, they didn't include legacy characters. They didn't include something solid, something like damn, right? I think they're gonna continue that pattern. I think whatever we see on May 4th is gonna be, either a droid or a trooper, or I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but that seems to be the pattern, right? Not to say that they will not do a Hoth. I think they have that in the pipeline. I think they have that written somewhere that this is what they need to do. It's just a matter of when.
Well, with 100 in here, please go ahead and smash the like button. We're going to go to the last segment because I'm going to end right before the 8:30 hour. This is the last segment of the day. And I want to touch on with this with you one-on-one and have a little bit of fun. Never pre-order again. Really? So let's talk about this. There's a notion going around, which concerns me, that all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I don't know why, because it's not happening within the secondary market whatsoever. But all of a sudden, figures are never going to sell out for Hot Toys. So you never have to pre-order again because there'll never, ever be a problem again. Well, I never pre-ordered before there was a problem anyway. So for those that pre-order, that do it because they want a budget, why is that a problem? Number 2, for those that pre-order because they're just so damn excited and they just want to pre-order because they love the character and they want to go ahead and pre-order it, what's the problem? And number 3, none of these are ever going to sell out again? That's a little outrageous to me. I think there's a lot going on, and I want to get into it because it's starting to rub me the wrong way. What do you think?
Yeah, so there's 2 ways of seeing this. Obviously, delays is playing a major thing in this, right? A lot of people, they don't want to pre-order anymore because they say, well, I'm going to do this if it's going to be delayed anyways, right? Because that's been the pattern for the past couple of years almost. So I think that pre-orders, I think the urgency of pre-orders is not the same as it used to be in the past. I think a lot of things have changed. Collectors are coming now more prepared to collect, more with more knowledge. taking budget and planning seriously, and that's something that we've seen. But at the same time, it's a lot of collectors exiting the collecting, world for various reasons. I mean, it could be anything, right? Personal, financial, could be anything. And at the same time, because you see new collectors coming in, you see new resellers coming in, Hong Kong resellers coming in. So now you have more options. Before you used to have only two options tops, or maybe three tops, and that's it. Now you can buy from pretty much anywhere, right? Is now is more options, and with that comes more issues, and with that comes more cancellations, because buyers, collectors are tired of waiting, because delays is a fact. It's happening everywhere, not only in collecting but in everything in general. So people are more they don't need to pre-order that fast, right? And some figures that were supposed to be sold out long time ago are still in stock, because the same collectors that were tired and pissed of waiting canceled it, and with the money that they got back from the cancellation, they went and bought overseas. And that's what you see on Sideshow, for example, all the retailers having extra figures of figures. Of course, we can argue that
How,
some characters are popular than others, but go
how
ahead.
much does the war between Hong Kong resellers and Sideshow have to do with this, in your opinion?
Well, a lot, because I think, I mean, and this is just my personal opinion. I think what Sideshow is doing, um, is addressing this issue in two ways, and and I think one of them is not the right way. I think what they need to focus more is in getting the orders faster, or coordinating with Hot Toys better when something is released, meaning that they should focus more on delivering the figure to the collector, rather than concentrating more on the first reveal or unseal reveal or first look or whatever, because they get the figure faster, but you want to unbox the figure, not them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Oh
and
yeah, I
also,
don't have a problem at all with what Sideshow's doing personally. I
oh, no,
mean,
no,
business is
yeah,
business.
right, business is a business,
They're
right?
trying to survive out of COVID. It's the way that it is.
It's about the point,
But it has a
but
lot to do with it, doesn't it? It has a
it
lot to
it
do with the
does,
supposed mix-up, which,
it
well, it is
does.
a mix-up.
It does, but
And
because you need to consider the people who are doing payment plans, who already paid the figure off, or are about to pay it off the figure 90% of it, and waiting and waiting and waiting for months. And on top of that, the fact that when the figure is in stock, the very same people who pay that off, or the very same people who already were making payments, wait ahead wait ahead all the people that pre-order, they're not getting the figures right away. The people who pre-order late, you pre-order it, you get the email, hey, we're gonna get it tomorrow. You get debited that same day, boom, you get your figure in a week. And the people who paid off, or 90% paid the figure, still waiting for it. So I think they need to make some changes as well.
see, some things don't add up to me. With 100 in here, please go ahead and smash the like button. You are watching Cantina Live with the Dark Jedi, with the Maestro in here. Come on. Here's what's not adding up. If Star Wars Hot Toys figures weren't selling anymore, there would certainly be evidence within the secondary market. As a matter of fact, I actually see it contrary. I don't see much difference. So I'm going to play Wizard's advocate. Okay. And I want to ask your opinion on this. It usually would take 9 to 12 months for a figure from once it was released in Hong Kong, final production photos, to sell out. Okay. Or to go on wait list. I feel like sometimes we're thinking like this Lando has been out for a year. This Lando came out October 9th. And usually it would take 9 to 12 month span for something to sell out. We forget about the process of the past of waiting for these figures to get produced, waiting 3 to 5 months, sometimes 6 months for the figure to get over here. And then when they take that pre-order tag off, then it goes into stock. And then 2.5 to 4 months typically after that, it goes on wait list. Or if it's a long figure like Qui-Gon, 5 months, so on and so forth. So what's interesting to me is I feel like that this whole thing of, oh, we're going to get figures at the same time, or we're going to go ahead and we're going to get them air freighted in too, which really the price anyway to get them in is crazy, or trying to compete and do this, has everything a little bit all mixed up right now. And I think it has a lot more to do with that than it does with, oh, no one wants Lando. Because the thing that doesn't make sense to me is, but why does everybody want all the OT figures and more now than they did last year? Doesn't add up, does it? But the other thing adds up, is what I'm trying to say, Dante. There's a mix-up. There's a disturbance in the Force. So when you have a pot and you start stirring it up, then all of a sudden everything is different. There's a different path now. The water was going one way, and you went ahead and shifted everything. Now the water will still flow, but it flows in different directions. Might take a little bit longer to get to its destination, or maybe not longer. Maybe it's just taking a different path.
Yes, it is a different path. At the same time, I think that somebody mentioned in the comments that they don't want to put money on pre-orders because technically when the figure is released they can get it cheaper. Somebody said it. Let me see who said. Somebody said it. Clone Trooper said it. He said nearly every figure I pre-ordered could have bought for less if I waited for it reaching stock. I don't throw money away on pre-orders, and that's another point as well. So the market has changed a lot. I mean, there's a lot of things happening. You know, no doubt the resellers are part of this equation because it is a fact. You can get cheaper figures over there now once they pretty much sell their first batch, right? So it's a lot of things that they need to figure it out. At the end of the day, it still benefit the collectors because we can get something cheaper, but at the same time there's a risk associated with buying something cheaper overseas, right? Something goes wrong with it in general, you're gonna pretty much, if you're lucky, you can get it. If not, then you're gonna struggle. It happened to me. I'm talking personal experience because it happened to me a couple times. It's a struggle, right? It's not as easy as if you can just call Josh from Comic Con and says, "Hey, dude, I have an issue. Oh yeah, what's happening?"
Josh, what's up? Come on, Josh.
You're right, and they give you your they replace your figure. They give you whatever you need, right? That's the thing. But aside that, price matters. Obviously,
price
stock.
Yeah.
And another thing somebody mentioned as well is that production. I mean, pre-orders not necessarily determines if a figure is going to sell or not. And let me explain. For example, Iron Man, very popular character, right? They don't need to have 50,000 pre-orders to do 50,000 units because they know it's going to sell anyways, right? Now, pre-order is a good indication of if you should overproduce or you should kind of be conservative. But I think in today's world, they need to be a bit conservative of how they produce the figures because they need to expect a lot of cancellations. And they figure out the issue with the resellers in Hong Kong, they cannot produce the same amount as if there's no Hong Kong resellers. That's the way I see it. I could be wrong.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that's not adding up. I don't know what's changed with COVID. We can go over any of the figures besides the Mud Trooper. Okay? Besides the Mud Trooper, and besides more recently, in the middle of COVID, I guess at the onset of the second year, the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. And if you want to count Rey, because she was only in there for 3 weeks, so a little dangerous. For 3 weeks, 21 days, exactly. Every single figure before this, you can get when it got in stock. There was no reason to pre-order then. Why is there a sudden outcry not to pre-order now? Especially for the people that like to pre-order, because it's their mechanism of what they do. Especially for those that like to pre-order because they get jazzed about a figure. Because I really don't see any difference, to be quite honest with you. Commander Cody got in stock. He was in there for 3.5 months. It was also in Hong Kong for about 5 months before it got here. That's a long time. That's almost 9 months. What's different now? This that's what's not really clicking. So the thing is, I really feel like if you want to pre-order and you've always pre-ordered, there's no reason you shouldn't pre-order because you like to pre-order. Certainly when it comes to Star Wars, I don't see any scenario where these are going to sit in stock forever or anything like the Marvel figures of the past, especially now with everybody watching every dime, including Sideshow, including Hot Toys. There's going to be lower production for sure on some of these figures. But you always had a few months to play with once it had the in-stock symbol when it came in, right? I mean, before
Right.
the Mud Trooper, what was the last one, Dante, that went on waitlist? I can't even remember.
Well, we got Heavy Mando, right? Heavy Mando
Heavy Mando was
got
after that. Was after
right,
Mud Trooper.
right.
Ray was the
So
closest, 3 weeks.
no, it's really now for sure we're gonna get the figures in stock, but a lot of but the thing is that
But what I'm
yes,
trying to say is before we got the figures in stock,
right.
I guarantee you there'll be a figure that hits waitlist this year. I don't know which one it'll be. It
Yeah,
won't be right now. It'll be one from the summer
right,
or the fall with one of these low production ones, and everyone will be like, "Oh crap! What? How did that?" It'll be one of them. I don't know which one it'll be.
right. And I agree with what Single Writer said. Figures will sell out. However, most figures will be in stock. I do agree with that. I think we're gonna, pre-orders, is gonna die down a little bit. And another person mentioned in the chat also makes sense that they pre-order just so they can keep track of what they're gonna get. But for example, I like to pre-order certain items. I don't pre-order like pretty much all. I just kind of wait until I see the figure because sometimes I don't have the connection yet. I want to wait. And that's a personal choice, right? And also budgeting, right? Sometimes I say, what should I invest buying all this? I say, what, I can. I'm just gonna buy it for reviews and then sell it because I don't really need it. Not to say that it's a bad figure or anything like that, but it's just I don't have the space. So simple math, right? If I don't have the space, I cannot get everything. So those are the things. But I mean, pre-orders are going to be there. I think less people are going to pre-order. They're going to wait until they see the final product. They want to see until the figure gets at least shipped here to the US to buy it, or they just don't want to pre-order because they say, what? If I'm going to wait 10 months for a figure when I can just wait 3 months and buy it overseas, but let me do that. So that's the problem, I think. And then the fact that when time pass and the figure has been out for 2-3 months, those guys over there have the figures super cheap, so that's another hook for collectors over here to buy from them. And it's a valid strategy as well, but at the same time you're gonna get more stuck in here. So I mean, no question
It's
that
very
Sideshow is gonna
interesting.
sell, but
Really, really good points. But I honestly don't even see any difference. I was telling people for so long, why do you pre-order? Unless you're doing it for budget, because it's going to get in stock. But it'll never last in stock forever unless it's like something like one of those Jet Troopers or something like that. So real interesting indeed. But I really do think, brother, that all this mix-up of who gets it first, and you could get it from here first, and we'll sell it cheaper so that you buy it from us, or we'll sell it cheaper so you could buy it from us, or we'll do the first review so that that we have it so you don't have to buy it over there. It's kind of mixed things up, baby. It just really freaking has. And I don't think we talk about that a lot. We talk about more that there's a problem with Hot Toys or something. I think it's just a mix-up. When you put things up on a road, when there's road construction, there's a little sign that goes up that says detour. And you got to go down a different path. There's no other way around it. So under that view, I really feel like that is what's happening here.
yeah. As I said before, I think I still believe that pre-orders are gonna go down. A lot of people are gonna be are more cautious. They don't want to pretty much lose their NRDs because now every dollar is appreciated, right?
Well, why
Um,
would you want it? Why would you want it tied up for up to 3 years? because we've had to wait that long before on some figures, and I don't think anything's changing on that either. So again, for those that do it because that's how they budget it. I'm not saying don't do it. Do it. That's what I was trying to say at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Use it. There should be no difference. And for people that do it for the joy, don't change it. But why in the world back then or now? People are acting like now, oh, we got to wait 2-3 years. Well, you did before COVID too. You did the year before that too, and 2 years before that. There is no difference. So I think the end of the day, like we've been talking about for so long, Maestro, is you have to do what's right for you budget-wise. How much money do you have? Do you have enough to spend on these? How much do you have now? How much are you going to have in 6 months? Are you going to have in 12 months? Are you going to have in 18 months, 24 months, 36 months? Because I certainly had to do that coming into this hobby. As soon as I came in to start collecting these, I said, oh man, you got to have a plan 2-3 years down the road, maybe even 4, because that's how this works. That's how it is. And I would never tie up my money that way. I'd rather put it in a bank account. I'd rather just, you want to save it for cash, however you're going to do it. That way I don't have it tied up with some company or that type of thing. But those that do have it tied up in there, it's good. My point is, there's no difference now till then. The difference is who's getting these figures first and what the charge is overseas versus the charges over here. And all this crazy shipping situation because of COVID-19, which is absolutely ballistic right now.
Yeah, that's a valid point as well. I think that the lesson here, if I can see, is, at the end of the day, each person is to plan how they can and budget themselves. Plan and budgeting is very important with this. If you want to pre-order just to keep track of what you're gonna get, perfect. If you are the person who has different bank accounts to put the money because you don't want to do payment plans, but you want to put that money in the savings account until the figure is released, perfect as well. So it's really not right or wrong way of doing this. The only thing we can do, I guess, is share our experiences, our failures mainly, because that's how we learn, by failing, by making mistakes. So you know, me personally, I'm just gonna continue the way I'm doing. I have a separate account for my collection. I have, I pre-order certain items that I feel I should pre-order. But because I'm in the YouTube business with doing reviews, I really don't need to pre-order as much because I can get the figure today and then sell it because I'm not gonna keep it, right? Unless it is something that really I want to keep, you know. So each person is different.
I'm going to have to sell my Bantha, and you're going to have to ride it because, to keep up with all these figures that are coming out. I don't know how much I'll get for it. Will I get more for a Bantha or more for a Blurg, Dante?
Bantha.
Seth says it's unrelated, but Aries, what do you think of these Clone Wars figures that Sideshow is doing? Looking at the Yoda now, looks amazing. I spoke about this a couple weeks ago, baby. They are extremely smart with this whole line that they're coming out with. I absolutely dig the Obi-Wan. I dig the Anakin one. They come out with this Yoda one. It's something that Hot Toys is not doing. It's something that they're specializing in. It's their own lane, and they're doing it well. I think you're going to get so many figures from there. Probably a Ventress, probably a Savage Opress. Who knows what you're going to get? Hot Toys does Hot Toys. Sideshow is doing Sideshow. I think they're absolutely unbelievable. And what a treat for collectors to be able to get those as well. My goodness gracious. Seth, thank you for the $5 drop, my friend. Come on. And, we got to do the last refill here at Dante before we go on. I put somebody in. How did I do that? How do I undo that? I don't know. I put somebody. I meant to click something on a chat. I put someone on a timeout. Whoever I did that to, I did.
Single Songwriter was blocked for 5 minutes.
Was he really? Holy crap. Single Songwriter, my apologies, my friend. I was trying to flash up his message, and I'm seeing all these things. I clicked it. It said flash. Who the hell did I block? I didn't even know I could do that from here. Wow, it's good to know, actually. That's good to know.
Hold on, maybe I can do it.
How do you undo it?
Shit, no, I don't know.
How do you do that? Oh my goodness. Anyway, we put this up and put this out. Apologies, single songwriter. Let me play this then.
Everything that happens now is happening now.
What happened to then?
We passed then.
When?
Just now. We're at now.
Go back to then.
When?
Now.
Now?
Now.
I can't.
Why?
We missed it.
When?
Just now.
Yeah, that's like I messed it up just now. I told you, I set the controls at the heart of the sun, baby. Smash the like button. Man. Oh my goodness. Dante, you're going to take 4 minutes to tell me what's going on your channel? I'll give you 40 seconds. No, just kidding. Go, baby.
Oh, man. No, thank you so much for the invite, man. It's always a blast to be here. It's been a while since we did a one-on-one, man. And perfect timing, I think. Thank you for the invite. Thank you guys for joining us tonight and watching. The comments were great. I mean, really good questions and good conversation going. So I have the unboxing review of the DX19 Batman is up now. So you may want to check that out because that figure is really good. Check it out. Is actually live right now. We're going to have a live stream tomorrow at 11 a.m. or 12. I'm still working on the time, but it's for members only of the channel. So if you want to become a member, you can go to my channel and click the join button. We're going to have a live stream on Tuesday as well with a special guest. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to announce it on Monday. And then we have a show on Friday next week, and whatever I get for to review, you guys will see it. But join the Facebook group 6L Media. We have a bunch of stuff going on there. Instagram, TikTok, you name it. Always a pleasure, man. Thank you so much, Eris, for the invite.
Oh, it's my pleasure having you here. And apologies again to Songwriter. Man, I'm bad at these controls. I'm trying to put his comment up. These things come up. I'm like, ooh. But at least I learned I could do something like that if I need to. Anyway, Dante, you forgot. Listen, we're going to be doing this more. Dante and I are coming up with a show that we are going to do weekly where it's just him and I. And I'm really stoked about that, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, we work in there. Oh, actually, I didn't forget to mention. I want you to mention it. Actually, I'm just kidding. I just forgot to mention it. No, yeah, we're working on something. Eris and me. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna happen. It's a lot of things that we want to do, but timing is sometimes difficult. Finding the right slot, I guess. But it's gonna happen. We're gonna do something for you guys. So stay tuned.
Coming really soon. You'll see me on Monday, live and raw at 8 p.m. Eastern, and you absolutely don't want to miss that. I will have the off-world Jawa egg juice. Keeps going back over 100. You don't want me to go. I will have the wizard juice. I will have cigars and a bunch of these for Fabio, who will be joining me on the show. Don't want to miss that. Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern for sure, live and raw. Tomorrow's a holiday, but for you insiders, if you are a Cantina insider, you will get me tomorrow with Sunday coffee. Tomorrow live for sure. Time to TBD. It's going to be sometime tomorrow. But if you are a Cantina insider, I will be going live tomorrow. My regular show tomorrow won't be because of Easter, but I will be live and raw Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern for sure with Fabio. Once again, counting down to May 4th. Insiders Sunday coffee tomorrow. You'll join me with there. And you'll be seeing myself and Dante here again, one-on-one. Very, very soon. We're going to be doing a show. Pleasure, buddy. That's all I got.
Thank you, man. Don't forget to like, guys. Don't forget to like. Liking helps a lot, believe it or not. Comments, likes, helps. Now you're going to
get the new outro. So they got the new intro. Now they're going to get the new outro. I don't always. Which drink do I want to pick? Buy off-world Jawa egg juice out. But when I do, I buy it from 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.